you check the children? Show a little match sometimes.
Hi, I'm Chucky. Wanna play?
Sometimes. That is what
You're gonna need a bigger boat.
What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the Horror Show. I'm Cecil Laird.
And Jaime Fuego, yeah.
And we are here to review the recently released, now available on Paramount Plus, prequel to the classic horror film Rosemary's Baby, called Apartment 7A.
Yep.
Now, this one is a straight-to streaming release. I don't know if it was ever planned for the theater, but I gotta say, this is the third woman having the devil's baby movie of this year alone.
Yeah,
And it has
it's probably
just
the weakest, unfortunately.
too much for me. Yeah, it is definitely the weakest. It wasn't a bad movie per se, but it tried to be Suspiria mixed with Rosemary's Baby a little bit, and it didn't jive with me very much. I didn't think it was the ending was very predictable to me.
Big time.
Very, very predictable. I haven't seen any of the Rosemary's Baby. I haven't seen the first one. I haven't seen the sequel, and I haven't. No, there was a sequel.
I don't think
There was. I looked it up. It's called Let's
Polanski
Talk. It's
didn't
called
do it,
no, it's
obviously.
called like Let's Talk About Rosemary's Baby or something like that. And then there was the Rosemary's Baby Zoe Saldana remake TV series that came out.
Jesus, yeah, okay. I've only seen the Polanski, the Time Magazine.
Let me make sure, because I added it to our franchise tier list because there's so many of them.
Well,
just like I added Pet Sematary, and I added one other one too.
Yeah, I love the original Rosemary's Baby, although it's not really full-on horror. It's more like, mystery drama that gets into the thriller stuff. I mean, really, until the Hail Satan at the very end, you don't really get that much going down with it. So I have not seen Julie Garner in a lot of things.
Yeah, Look What's Happened to Rosemary's Baby was a 1976 made-for-TV sequel.
Oh, wow. Okay, well, made for TV. Yeah, Roman Polanski
Still,
hiding in Paris.
We count franchise because we'll talk about the Exorcist TV series when we talk about that franchise.
Yeah, and like when I did Carrie on Hale, I had to talk about the aborted television series that just had a pilot. And
Carrie is also one that is on our franchise tier list and stuff. A lot of those Stephen King ones that are now getting new versions are added to the list now.
Yeah, so I mean, while I dig the first Rosemary's Baby, it's not like quite as high of a tier as far as like classic horror for me in comparison with a lot of other stuff of the era. And unlike the First Omen that I thought really brought some
First Omen was the best
really
of them this
cool
year.
ideas to a prequel and actually kind of enhanced the original film, this didn't really at all.
No.
Regrettably, Julie Garner's good in her performance, and I sympathize.
I hear
with
it's
what was
very
happening
similar to how
with her
Rosemary's
character.
Baby plays out.
It is. It is. Yeah. Predictable ending, and yet I like the fact that she was struggling dancer, all that, like the dramatic side of things and her plight, coming from Nebraska and everything, all that stuff I liked, but it just, I don't know, it's kind of boring.
Yeah, no, I agree with you.
Yeah.
That's what I felt too. It was just a little underwhelming. It didn't keep things interesting the way the First Omen did. Even the way Immaculate did. This is just the least of these kinds of movies that we've gotten literally this year, all three of them. The story is about a young woman that's trying to make it in show business, and there's a dude, like a businessman, behind this play that she wants to be a part of, and because of an injury that she got,
which is pretty gnarly.
Yeah,
the way it plays out.
Because of that, she is struggling to make it into the play, but she catches the eye of this businessman, and there's more to him and this group of people, including this couple that takes an interest in this woman.
They were funny, though.
Yeah.
I was very amused by the wife, especially.
They had a very Rhett and Kitty Foreman sort of vibe to them for a little while.
Yeah.
And so, they want to help her get on her feet, and something happens one night, and suddenly she realizes that she's pregnant, and all these people in this building want to help her and stuff.
Same building as Rosemary's Baby.
Yep, and she starts having evil visions and things, and she's worried about her baby being a monster and stuff like that.
Some of those scenes were all right, but none that were that impressive looking. Like, I mean, didn't go for super shock value.
No, definitely not.
And also the whole maybe it's a dream, maybe it's not, like the glowing glitteriness of whatever this was supposed to be, without spoiling things too much. I did not like the look of that.
No, I thought it was silly. It looked just like a it was just rhinestone cowboy situation.
Very
you
much
know what
so.
I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, that was a little silly. It wasn't nearly as cool as the jackal that we got in the first Omen. You know what I mean? That shit was amazing.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, this was just unfortunately uninteresting.
Yeah, solid slow burn, good acting from everybody, but yet, but just not. I mean, thoroughly uneventful, and the predictability was really what I was especially Jesus Fuego. Most notably when you get to the finale, and you can absolutely see like everything premeditated going on amongst everybody, along with our lead and what she might do and so on and so forth. And so, yeah, I mean, filmmaking was solid, I guess. You know, it was another woman directing this, and you can always tell that there is a little bit more of a nurturing touch with regards to that. Cinematography was cool enough. You know, and it's nice to see the recreation of the city, 1967, and everything. But yeah, once again, when the story just felt kind of drab to me. There are some prequels that feel like they almost like make themselves feel necessary, like the first Omen. This one did not feel necessary.
Yeah,
in a lot of ways.
Agree.
Music I like though. You know, the use of "Be My Baby" by the Ronettes was funny, very on the nose. But
I didn't take notice of the music particularly.
No.
The acting was fine. It's just when it's uninteresting material, again, it's hard to buy into performances, particularly in my opinion.
I know Julie Garner's popping off after Ozark. She's in the Wolfman movie that's coming out early next year.
Okay.
I just watched her in some film recently where she was like backpacking in Australia and is staying at this weird hotel out in the middle of nowhere. So I mean, she's talented enough, but and she's good in this. But once again, not that much to work with as far as the story. So,
yeah.
Yeah.
So acting wise, yeah, again, everything was fine. Like no one took me out of the film acting wise. It's just not interesting enough material to keep me engaged.
Yeah. Kira, the bitch who's messing with her all the time, was just insufferable.
Again, but we only saw her like twice, and we're
Yeah.
supposed to buy into this hatred and stuff. And
Yeah,
it
because
didn't
the
really
weird
work for me.
contortion-y thing that goes on with her body that
Again,
reminded me of the
Suspiria, that's what I was
the
saying, yeah.
Suspiria remake. Yeah.
So yeah, that's all unfortunate. But then the filmmaking is fine, but it's nothing to write home about. I thought the filmmaking in the first Omen was actually pretty exemplary.
That felt inspired,
Yeah,
man.
yeah,
This
inspired,
did
exemplary,
not.
exactly.
Did not.
This did not. No, this felt very by the numbers and very kind of uninteresting. Sound design, you know, you mentioned the score. It didn't stand out to me. You like the soundtrack.
Some of the popular music, I'm sure.
The sound design
Of
was
the
fine,
era.
but yeah, overall, it's just kind of a boring slog, kind of to me.
Yeah, I can see why Paramount did not release it theatrically and instead right to streaming. Sure.
Yeah.
You know, because with a noteworthy property like Rosemary's Baby, you would think this would have gone theatrical, like the first Omen did, like, you know, so many of these horror, you know, prequel and sequels do, you know, when it's tied in with a noteworthy IP. Not the case here. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, guys, I don't think we need to belabor this that much. It's just if you really want to be a completionist and watch the whole story of Rosemary's Baby, then go ahead and put it on. I don't think it's particularly necessary otherwise.
Yeah,
so.
it's not awful, but it's just there.
Yeah,
you
it's
know?
just there.
So
So yeah, thank you guys very much for watching. Thank you to all of our patrons for supporting the channel the way that you do. We greatly appreciate it. If you have seen Apartment 7A and you have different thoughts, or even if you have similar thoughts, let us know what those thoughts are in the comments down below. I'd be very curious to know what everyone is, how everyone else took it.
Likewise.
But yeah, thanks very much. And until next time, I've been Cecil Laird.
And gracias a Jaime Fuego.
And remember,
Stay
stay scared.
scared.